right. Big win for you guys here tonight. Big rally in the fourth inning. I guess how are you feeling after?
Yeah, I thought really good job by Ashton. Coming in, getting after it. I mean, she's just really grown up as a pitcher for us. That's pretty awesome. Of course, behind the dish, we were going to be a little bit nervous. So Maddie was beginning a little bit nervous, but then settled down and did fine. So that was awesome. Big swings by Ocho. Good plan by the offense. I think they're a good ball club, and that was a good win for us for sure.
Do you know the relationship between Ashton and Maddie throughout this game? You may have mentioned it took a little bit of time to settle in a little bit, but I guess how did it show just how older they're getting and stuff like that by just what they were able to adjust and carry through the rest of the game?
Yeah, well, I think the big thing is even if you're not a starter, you still stay the course in your preparation, and that's what Maddie's done. And so she's grown, and so even though you guys don't see her in the lineup every day, she's actually putting the time in. So when something were to happen and your next person up, you have the ability to go in there. So you go in, you're like, holy schmoly, then you settle down and you just go back to what you do. And I think she did that today, and she was really connected with Ashton, so that was good.
Has Michaela been talking with her before she came into tonight's game?
A little bit. I think Michaela just had surgery, so she's just figuring out how to get through a couple days of her finger. So, but Michaela, Katie, and Maddie kill it every day catching together. So, it's not like, there's plenty of people that sit on the bench that are ready to play at any moment. So, but what I like is people are coming off the bench, contributing, doing their job, where it's Autumn pinch running or Kennedy going in, giving us a little more depth in the outfield and then getting a swing off. Like, we've got a very versatile 22 players that can help us. Emma getting 3 outs to 6 outs, huge for us. So starting to see that come down the road right now, and just really giving what you have for the team is just going to be really big for us.
You've talked a lot about moments throughout the year and stuff like that, and the pitching rotation has had challenges up and down occasionally, but how big of a night was this for Ashton, to have a moment like this, have a game like this?
Yeah, I think it's been like that for a couple weeks now. She's been really good at just bearing down and not letting big innings become too much for her, and I think the defense is starting to understand her consistency too, so that part's been really big. I don't know that, to me, she wasn't too surprised, and we're not too surprised because, I think we'd expect that right now. But I think the cool thing is the 3 days in a row. So do we utilize her tomorrow? What do we get on Sunday? So that's the part we're figuring out. I think we've managed the game to game. Now can we manage a series? And that's the next piece she wants to get better at.
This being the Players Weekend, stuff like the Players Game, I know there's an importance to this game, importance to the weekend, stuff like that. I know Mudge, this has had, a little bit more significance to her and stuff like that. She had such a good game tonight as well.
Yeah.
What was it like, knowing why she was wearing the jersey and to see her perform like this today?
Yeah, Mudge is such a relational, she wants to go into nursing, so that just explains everything about her. She's unselfish and wants to help people. And I knew the Buck Strong even through BK. I knew that was going on, especially when she was diagnosed. I think we were all part of it in the softball community. But then the people that really truly knew her, stayed through the course with her of fundraising and battling and wishes. And so when she got the news after the Stanford game, I think it hit us all because we knew how much it meant to BK and meant to Mudge. And so her ability to give it light right now and celebrate her and make awareness for, cancer in general. So many people, you talk about the grandmas and memas and, a lot of people are talking about people who went through cancer. And so when we get the opportunity to come together and practice and talk about our jerseys and what it means to us, I think it helps us connect as humans that play softball and not just softball players. And that's what we're trying to spread the word, that there's more than just the game sometimes. And then that is definitely for USF and Florida State to get together and celebrate Buck is pretty cool. So, yeah.
I guess, and what's the significance of your jersey tonight?
My dad just turned 81, and this will be his birthday present. Happy birthday, Dad. I'm just kidding. But when I was a kid, as everyone does in their Bobby Sox leagues, you have to have community sponsors, and my dad owned a drapery business, so Interiors by Bob was a drapery business. So that was on the back of our shirts when we were in Bobby Sox, and so he funded that. So my parents essentially started my softball career, and now here many years later, I can represent that and honor that. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
So, Coach, it didn't seem like Ashton was really getting into too much trouble. Was it more bringing Emma in to just get her some pitches in and get her kind of feet wet? Was that more of what?
Yeah, Emma had a great outing last week in Louisville. She's been in and out here and there, and so I think that when opportunity comes and depending on what kind of hitters we're facing, every 3 to 6 outs matters, and how you manage a weekend, like we talked about managing the weekend. So, yeah.
And you're still moving players around. So I know is it basically you've got seems like you got a lot of young talent. This recruiting class has really come in and done well. Are you just trying to get them integrated into the game so they're just not like sitting on the bench the whole time and
I
trying to
wouldn't
get
say
them
we're
some
moving
swings?
players around, we're utilizing our bench. So
Okay.
in order to win ball games and manage ball games, you got to have the best defense out there. If you have a lot of right-handed hitters, you got to have a lot of pull hitters. I want speed and arm in left field. So when you go through the season, you figure out what your players can do on and off the bench, right? So it's utilizing our lineup to win ball games. It's not just giving people opportunities. It's more about how we manage the lineup to win games. So
I got you.
yeah.
So more
Yeah.
strategic rather than
Yeah.
roster management.
That would be the same to me. Yeah. So maybe more strategic than development. We're not trying to
Okay.
develop people right now. We are managing our roster to contribute to the wins on the field. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is Allison coming along at all, or do you have
She
any update
is coming
on that?
along. Yeah. She's been pitching in the bullpen. So yeah, day by day.
So, okay.
Yeah. Day by day. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Coach.
You're welcome.